Well, even before COVID-19 was officially declared a pandemic, Carleton University computer engineering prof Mohammed Ibn Khallah and a team of students started to use artificial intelligence to mine social media. They were trying to get a sense of people's sentiments in Ottawa towards all things coronavirus. And they continued with that exercise many months into the pandemic. So as more people get vaccinated and things start to open up, what exactly has the technology been revealing to them? Well, we've reached Mohammed Ibn Khallah to find out. He's also the NSERC Cisco Industrial Research Chair in Sensor Networks for the Internet of Things. Hi, Mohammed.
Hi, Alan. How are you?
Doing well. Your most recent analysis of social media posts is from the month of May. In May, how were people feeling about the pandemic?
Actually, people are less anxious and less fearful than the beginning of the pandemic. So we see that about 30 to 35% people are still negative about the pandemic. We have about 50% of people who are neutral, but the good news is that we have a good percentage of people who are positive. So about 50% of the people who are positive. So there is a significant improvement with respect to the beginning of the study that we started like 18 months ago, since the start of the pandemic. At that time, we had about 70% of people who were negative, and about only 5 or 10% of people who were positive.
Can you remind me how the AI determines or decides what's considered a negative sentiment?
Yeah, so AI, or artificial intelligence, is a set of computer hardware and software that we build. It actually mimics and imitates the brain and the nervous system of humans. So we try to artificially, think and make some decisions and understand the data. Of course, this needs training. So we need to teach this artificial tool to be trained to understand, the features in the data and extract these features and come up with some decisions. So basically, what we do is that we gather the data from social media. So we have Twitter, we have websites, we have also Facebook. But it's only we only analyze text, which is much easier for us. Probably the next step will be video and images. But for now, we analyze text. So we train it to understand what is a negative sentiment, what is anxiety, how to detect this anxiety features or negative sentiments in the data, or positive happiness in the data. And then once we train them, we present it. We present the new data to the system, and the system will tell us, well, this is a negative sentiment or a positive sentiment. And not only that, it also tells us what are the triggers for these sentiments, what causes these sentiments to evolve over time or change the behavior over time.
So it can figure out, or at least it suggests what the triggers might be. If in May, if it was, Ontario seemed to be getting out of its stay-at-home order and more people were getting vaccinated, what was fueling the 35% of negative feelings on social media, at least according to the AI?
Yes. So the negative feelings are mostly due to the fact that even though there are high hopes from the federal and provincial governments that we have the vaccine and it's getting administered, there is still people have a fear or anxious about the lack of clear guidance on vaccine acquisition and its distribution plan and the wait time they have, etc. So this caused them to be to still be negative. So if we look at what we have in May in terms of sentiments, at what we had in October, we were almost at the second wave. We have a slight improvement in terms of anxiety and how people are feeling about the pandemic. And the reason is this issue of distribution of the vaccine. And also, there is something that was not actually revealed by the media, is that people have some controversial sentiments regarding AstraZeneca vaccine, and many of them have this negative sentiment, and they prefer the Pfizer. Even though in the media and the government has made lots of efforts to tell people, well, at that time, I mean, in May and April, telling people AstraZeneca is good, and but still people have these very negative feelings. I think these are the things that made people feeling still negative in April and May.
I mean, it's interesting because this assessment, I know it's not 100% accurate. You're saying it's about 85%. Are there ways to make the AI of this sort smarter at analyzing text, even before we go on to the video and audio analysis? Is there a way of improving the text?
Yes. So that is my job. Actually, I'm not healthcare provider, researcher in medicine. I'm an engineer. So our role is really to improve this technology and make it faster, make it more accurate. Our accuracy now is 85%, which is not bad at all. It's among the best in the world in this field. But we are trying to get it better to 90%. And not only that, we have the issue of accuracy that we need to improve. But also we have the speed, how fast we can treat the information, and how often we can train the network or the system to make it more accurate. And what is also what we are trying also to improve is the data acquisition, because it's a very lengthy process to clean the data and make it in a proper way, so that the artificial intelligence tool can treat it. It will not treat it. It will not just get it out of Twitter or Facebook like that. There is a lot of work that has to be done. We have done lots with that regard. We are making automated, and now we are able actually to treat the data on a daily basis, which means that if you tell me, okay, tomorrow what will be, tell me tomorrow morning what were the sentiments of people in Ottawa today, I can't tell you that.
Well, predict, you mean? To be able to predict what they're going to say?
Yes, we predict, but also we base our prediction on the actual tweets and actual data that we gather from the available resources, which are Twitter, Facebook, and the web pages and the media pages.
And so has the data that you've been collecting helped to inform decisions so far? Yes. So the more you collect data, the more your database will be richer, and also your accuracy will improve. For example, in tweets in Ottawa, that's why it's a large city. We were able actually to get more data and get better results. But of course, if you have a small city, if you want to focus your analysis in a small city, it may be very, very challenging. By the way, we did it for Ottawa, for Vancouver, and Toronto, and the patterns in terms of sentiments of people are very similar in the three cities. But what's important is that what triggers these sentiments to change is different. This differs, for example, with respect to the provincial government decisions, with the local city decisions. In Ottawa, it's very probably it can be predicted is that people here are very influenced by the federal government decisions. So whatever happens by the federal government, whatever decisions, people react right away, whether positively or negatively. If we look at Vancouver, there are more distance from what's going on at the federal government. So these are things that AI has revealed to us, but we have never expected it that way. Mohammed, this is fascinating stuff. Thanks for being with us again.
Thank you very much.
It's Mohammed Ibn Khallah, computer engineering prof at Carleton University, also senior NSERC Cisco Industrial Research Chair in Sensor Networks for the Internet of Things.